everyone. Welcome to class. Welcome to your practice. Thank you so much for being here in our class today. So, if this is your first time to do a class with me, welcome. My name is Rain. I'll be here to guide you through our practice for today. So, as you can see, compared to like the setups that we usually hold in this class, which is super near you, I'm here on the at the back of the studio right now. So you can see all of my full body because we're going to do that. We're going to do something today that is with stability. So if you are in a space right now where probably or hopefully you can be bothered, go ahead and find yourself at the center of your mat. We're going to do some standing poses for today just to make sure that you're well aware that I am on a leveled flooring. So give yourself time to find a place suited. I'm also beside a wall because sometimes if we're talking about stability, some people find it hard to somehow stand on one foot. So the wall is there to guide us or to support us if you have that, or maybe a railing. Give yourself time to go on the side of a railing or a floor so that you can be supported for today's practice. Yeah. So again, my name is Rain. I am your certified yoga instructor for today's practice. Feel free to um, find yourself some props if you don't have a wall. Maybe thick books, pillows, bolsters, anything that you have there. If you're doing this at home, that's awesome. If you're doing this at work, also good because this one is just standing poses. You don't even have to put them on a certain gear or a clothing to do this because it's not that hard. So let's go and start your practice. So again, everything that we do, especially with yoga, we always practice with precaution. So if you feel like something is not okay, give yourself space to step back. I'm going to give you some progressions and regressions. You will be the one to see what kind of intensity you want in a specific pose. It's not going to be what I'm going to look like. It's really more of what you should feel like. So if you feel like it's not okay at all, you want to make sure that you're meeting the purpose of the pose rather than what it should be looking like. All right, so whenever you're ready, let's go stand at the center of your mat. So we're going to start first with your standing poses. So stability is, of course, making sure that you're well aware in how you're standing. So let's go find yourselves here at the center of our mat. You can just follow my voice. You don't even have to look at me. Take your hands onto the hips. Or if that is not okay, take hands onto the side, yeah? Now you want to look at your toes first. Take both of your feet hip width distance apart or find your perfect standing. So sometimes people find it easy if they take their feet a little bit closer to each other or their heels closer to each other. That's fine. I want you to make sure that you are standing at your best balance for today. Now I want you to go, if we can, lift all of your toes up away from the mat. So when you do that, you can feel all four corners of each foot is grounded to the mat. You can also feel that all of your legs are engaged. See how your shins are feeling right now, your calves. You can feel that your kneecaps are being lifted. Maybe your quads are engaged as well. See how that feels. And then slowly release all of your toes down. Very nice. So that's one good way of knowing that you're well aware in how you're feeling with all of your legs. Wake them up good. And then this side, take your hands onto the hips now if it's not there yet. And then I want you to roll forward and back. So when you dip forward and back, you can feel that your weight is pressing from the toes to the heels, radiating forward and back. And then maybe you can discover the edges of each boundary there. So much that you're going to tip off. Yeah, and that's okay. See where that is. Just to make sure that you're well aware that you don't have anything beside you so that this will be always practice with precaution. Yeah, so again, rolling forward and back, make sure that you're well aware that you're not going to pull off on anything. And then see the edge of that. Yeah, and then once you're good, we're going to go side to side now. So hands onto the hips. Again, feet hip width distance apart. Find your perfect stance and then slowly swing side to side. Find the edges of each foot. So much that you're going to swing, see the opposite side. Yeah. So knowing that you know the edges of your balance, notice how your body reacts whenever you go to that deep edge. And then once you're ready, come back center. Now this time, we're going to do everything with our eyes closed. Slowly, this time around, find clockwise and counterclockwise, finding all of the corners of your foot. Notice how the weight radiates on all parts of it. With your eyes closed, see if you can tap into the edges, the boundaries of the space. And then once you've found that, slowly notice if you can find your center. There you go. Once you found your center, notice if all four corners of each foot is grounded down. There's not much weight on one side, but rather everything is equal. There you go. Awesome. So now that you're well aware where the edges or the boundaries of your feet are, we're going to find our standing balance. Take your hands on both of your hips. Shift your weight to one foot. I'm going to start first with my left. I'm going to look here so you can see the side. Shift your weight to the left. Slowly bend the knee forward towards the heart. Doesn't have to be high. If one hip is higher than the other, that means it's so much that we're not going to find our balance there. So we want to firm our inner thighs, bend the knee, nothing too much. Notice how the standing leg is. Are we engaging more on the right parts of the leg? Are we bending the knee or are we extending? See how that feels. And then slowly step back. Shake, shake, shake the legs, making sure nothing is painful. Good morning. All right. So let's go try that on the opposite side. Take your hands onto the hips. Shift your weight to one foot. Bend the knee to the heart. There you go. Relax all of your body. Relax your shoulders. We're isolating the standing on your leg. Come back center. Shake, shake, shake. And there you go. Now you'll feel how one side maybe is different from the other. Maybe you can feel that your floor is not at the level. Make sure that you're stepping into a space where you are at a level. Again, the wall is there. I said earlier, if you just entered now, go and do this beside the wall so that if ever you feel like you're not in balance today on one foot or the other, the wall is going to be there to support you. Place one hand there. Just to make sure that it's just a support and we're not pressing weight there or we're not doing anything. Maybe you find spider fingers to press on the wall. Yes. And then slowly, let's go for some more. Hands onto the hips. Shift your weight. If this is the first thing that you did, if is your left, going to your left. If you did it on the right, do on the right. This is my left. Shift your weight to the left. Bend the knee to the heart. Yes. And then slowly see if you can clasp your hands onto the inner thigh or maybe to the knee or to the shin. Firming the inner thighs. Glutes are engaged. Stepping into all toes. And then release. Go back center, try it on the opposite side. Shift your weight to the right foot. If you did the left first, bend the knee to the heart. And as always, see if you can, clasp your hands on the inner thigh or maybe to the knee. Soften the face and then release. Shake, shake, shake. Awesome. Releasing any tension. Now we're going to find your tree pose. This is your Vriksasana, hands onto the hips. Swing the hips side to side, making sure nothing is painful. Again, discovering what kinds of breath work you're taking today. The first one that is the most important, I believe, whenever you do your standing balances is your focal point, or what we call in yoga, your drishti. So whenever you do your standing balances like this, see one focal point in front of you, something that's not moving, something that is stable, maybe something with a color. That is something that you want to make sure that you're looking at so that you can focus on your breath. You can focus on how your body is whenever you do a standing. So again, drishti, focal point, doesn't have to be the screen, just follow my voice. Slowly take your hands onto the hips, shift your weight to one foot, bend the knee to the heart. Yes. And then slowly, we're going to open the knee to the side. So heart, hip, belly, still looking forward. We're just going to open the hip to the side. Yes, doesn't have to be parallel to the hip. It can be like a 45-degree. And then come back center if we can. Notice the breath. And then step down. Let's go try the opposite side. Shift your weight to the right. Bend the knee to the heart. And then again, find your drishti. One focal point. Open the knee to the side. Heart, hip, belly. Slowly, or still looking forward, notice how the glutes are clenching. And then come back center. And then step down. Shake, shake, shake. Awesome. Now this time with your flexation or your tree pose, you have an option to place your foot number 1 to the ankle. Maybe here on top of the knee. Or maybe if we can, we're gonna use a hand to guide our foot to place the foot on the inner thigh, like so. So knees still pointing to the side, heart, hip, belly still looking forward. Notice how your body reacts when you're here. You have an option to bend the standing leg if you feel like there's no stability there first. Once you feel that you're stable, come back to your drishti, your focal point, and then try to extend it. Yeah, let's do that together. Hands onto the hips, shake the leg, shift your weight to the left foot. Slowly, right foot steps either onto the ankle, the inner knee, or again, with the guidance of your hand, place that right foot on the inner left thigh. Notice how you can be supported by all of your left foot here, especially your tippy toes. Ground them in. Strong on the left standing leg. Clench into the glutes. Lift the kneecap. Soften all of your upper body. Notice how your core is engaged as well. Notice how your breath is. Maybe hands can stay on the hips. Maybe to a prayer, or if we have today, hands up and overhead. One big breath here. And then slowly let's release. Release your hands. With the guidance of your hand, again, release that foot. Again, option to do this on a wall if it's not happening today. Let's go try everything on the opposite side. So I'm just gonna go here so you can see what's happening. Shift your weight to the right foot now. Foot, the opposite foot to the ankle, to the knee, or if we can, place it on the inner right thigh. So knee pointing to the side, heart, hip, belly still looking forward. Gaze is focused at the center. Whenever you're ready, notice where your hands are. Strong on the standing leg, place your hands on the prayer to the heart, or if we can, hands up and overhead. Big breath here, soften the face. Big breath out, soften the shoulders. And then slowly, let's release. Come back center, step it in, shake, shake, shake. Awesome. How are you guys? I'm hoping you're good. I bet that was easy for you. If you haven't practicing yoga, I bet that's easy. If you haven't practiced yoga at all, that might be challenging. And also making sure that you're discovering how your legs are. For sure, one side is different from the other. And that's one good way to find yourselves discovering your body in this journey. Yes. All right. So let's go find something else. Standing both of your feet a little bit wider here. Toes are going to point to the side. Slowly notice how this feels. If you feel like your booty is suturing already at the back, notice if you can tuck it in, like a slight tuck of the tailbone pointing to the ankles and the heels. Core is engaged, lower belly is activated. Take your hands forward, like so. And then slowly, you know what's going to happen? We're going to find ourselves in our malasana. Take your hips to the back. So you're going to hinge from the hips slowly. And then we're going to bend the knees, finding ourselves in a squat. Going down, core engaged. If you feel like your booty is stooging, you want to activate your core by tucking the tailbone, lower belly activated. But you want to make sure that your hips are slowly inching towards the back. Notice how your feet is slowly pressing onto everything as you dip down. Doesn't have to go really low like this. We're just making sure that we're finding the range of our motion, our hips, and noticing how we are really radiating our weight in all 4 corners of each foot. Once you're ready, just gently come back up. Press into all feet. Lift yourself up with control. Notice how your core is engaged. And then release. Hands onto the side. Shake, shake, shake. How was that? We're going to do that one more round. Again, it's really discovering how you are when you are in all planes. So take both of your feet hip width distance. Take it wider if you feel like you need that. Take it near if you want. You can also find a pillow, a block, or a small chair to the bum so that you can be supported. Again, use a hand to the wall if this is not okay. Yes? Let's go. Find ourselves on your yoga squat. Take your hands forward, hinge from the hips, bend the knees, super slow with control. Gently fold, touching the booty to the back, ground more into the heels maybe. Notice how your toes are here for you as well. Once you're ready, go and dip down. The lowest that you can doesn't have to be as low as this one. Just finding your way in your full range. Once you're ready, lift yourself back up. So ground from the heels and the toes to lift yourself up. And then release. Did you breathe? Hope you guys are good. How was that? Shake, shake, shake the legs. Now you know how it is. Awesome. Now we're going to try our toe stands. So we're going to go and find ourselves at the center of your mat, just like we did leveled floor. We're going to find ourselves in our Uttanasana first, your forward fold. So hands onto the floor, spider fingers. If this is not an option, bend the knees. We're going to go there anyway. Yeah? And then slowly shift your weight to your hands, lift the heels, and then bend the knees towards the hands or to the top of your mat, lifting so with the heels. And I want you to try to take your knees or your legs at a level parallel to the floor. Once you're ready, go find your toes down. Hands onto the quads or maybe hands onto the prayer. If you need it for balance, take your hands forwards also. Yeah? So making sure that you're pressing into the knuckle pads and all of your toes as well. Maybe knees will come together, legs will come together, up to you. Take your hands forward. And then slowly take your knees to the heart as you drop your heels to the ground. Whew. Yes. Again, support. Hands onto wherever you feel like you need it, to the floor, to the wall, to the back, up to you. We're going to find ourselves in a toe stand again. Once you're ready, maybe hands will come forward. Lift from the heels. Lift from the hips. Take your knees forward, pointing parallel to the floor. Maybe we can drop the knees super, super slow to the front. So I like to lean back. Slowly as I can, I'm going to drop my knees at the same time to the ground. Lift my hips up, unsuck the toes, and then take a seat. Let's go find ourselves back to that toe stand. Hips up, tuck the toes, step the hips to the heels, reach the hands forward, lean back a little, so much that you're going to lift your knees at the same time, and then take your knees pointing to the sky, drop the heels down. Yes, one more round, just like that. Lift the hips, lift the heels, knees pointing forward parallel to the floor, lean back. At the same time, super slow, tap the knees to the ground. Take yourself on a kneeling, untuck the toes, and then take a seat. Yes, going back to that seat. Hips up, tuck the toes, take a seat, reach your hands forward, lean back. At the same time, knees will come up, and then slowly drop the heels down. Yes. Take your hands onto the floor, hips up to the sky. Find your forward fold Uttanasana. Shake, shake, shake. Making sure nothing is painful. Yes. Bend the knees. Slowly come up and rise. Find your Urdhva Hastasana, hands up and overhead. And then slowly, hands in prayer to the heart. And then to the side. Samasthiti. Shake the legs. How was that for you? Everything is okay? You're still alive? All right, feel free to comment how your practice was, especially that one. For sure, it can be challenging for some. And then slowly, whenever you're ready, finding ourselves at the seat and our mats. So finding yourself here on your seat, find your Sukhasana first. Let's take a quick seat here, a quick rest. If that was too much, open the thighs and the glutes out wide. Shake, shake, shake everything here. One hand to the side of the mat, left hand to sky. And then we're just going to dip down. Finding a quick stretch on the side body, wake them up. And then slowly release, come back center, opposite side. Left hand to the mat, right hand dips to the opposite side. Breathing in, breathing out. Come back to a seat. Let's take a twist. Heart is gonna look to the right knee. Left hand to the right knee. Right hand reaches back. Lengthen as you inhale. Exhale, open the heart. Take the twist. Relax the shoulders. Option to gaze back. Breathe in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Doing this on the opposite side. Heart is gonna look on your left knee. Right hand to the left knee. Left hand reaches back. Lengthen as you inhale. Open to a twist as you exhale. Relax the shoulders. Let the crown of your head lift you higher. Breathe in for 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Relax. Come back, center. And slowly take your hands to the back. Release your legs, unravel. Extend both of your feet towards the front. So I'm gonna glute here so you can see all of my legs. Dandasana. Knees pointing to the sky. Open the thighs and the glutes up. Why? You have an option to point the feet, flex, or float. Making sure nothing is painful. Once you're ready, lengthen, hands up and overhead. Then as you exhale, keep the length as you fold forward and down. Hands wherever it goes. Maybe to the shins, to the sides. Again, if you are in your flex practice, victory fingers will wrap onto the big toes. Or hands will go to the outer feet like so. It's like your pinky toes wants to press the heart. Lengthen as you inhale. And then exhale as you fall down. Notice how your knees are. If this is not working at all, bend the knees. Soften. Notice how your quads can support your hamstrings today. Breathe in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Look forward and then relax. Shake, shake, shake the legs. Awesome. We're gonna do a little bit more. Bend the knees to the sides. Plant both of your feet here together at the center. So feet can come far, can come near you, or the nearest that you can to the treasure, like so. Up to you. Notice what kind of opening your hips want to do today. Now you want to open your feet like a book. Yes, as if again the pinky toes wants to press the sky. Wrap your hands on your ankles or to the toes. This time you want to touch the booty to the back. Roll the shoulders down and back. Lift your heart, expose it to the sky. And then as you exhale, gently just fold down, heart towards the feet. If you can rest your head to the toes. But you want to make sure that your heart is reaching forward first. Feel the length of the spine. And then slowly fold down. So you have an option to simply just relax all of your upper body here. Or if you want some more opening, or if you want to relax your legs from all the standing balances that we have done, take your knees, your elbows towards the knees. Or maybe to the inner thighs. See how that feels for you. In for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Come back, center, and then release. Very nice. Take your hands onto the back, and then slowly plant both of your feet hip width distance apart, or a little bit wider. Shake, shake, shake. Windshield wipers, releasing your hips, making sure nothing is painful. Neutralize the spine. Awesome. Go and still do that while I take my camera a little bit near me. We're gonna find our breath work for today. So breath work, I believe, is the most important part of stability, because without breath work, we'll panic more. We're not in our bodies. We're more into our minds. So you want to make sure that your breath work, or how you are breathing whenever you are standing on one foot, is there for you. So whenever you're ready, find yourself at your most comfortable seat. If you're done with your windshield wipers, and here at my Sukhasana, like so. Take your hands onto your knees, roll the shoulders to the ears. And then as you exhale, pull them back and down. relaxing everything here. And then if you can, if you are in a place where you can close your eyes because it feels safe, feel free to close them. If not, soften the face, soften the gaze down, and allow all of your face to relax. And we're gonna find ourselves a moment to notice how we're breathing right now. Finding gratitude for our amazing body for showing up on the mat today and being grateful for everything that it has done so mindfully. Gratitude for your feet, your legs for taking you to places, especially taking you here on the mat today. Gratitude for all of your arms, your hands for keeping you in balance in support of your legs. Gratitude for your heart and your mind for leading you. Inhale and exhale at your normal rhythms. And then slowly, whenever you're ready, big inhale, big exhale. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath for 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold for 1. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1. Big inhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1. Big inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1. Exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1. Big inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1. Exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold for 1. Last round. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold for 1. Exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1. One big inhale through the nose. Exhale, open the mouth, side up. Slowly notice how you're breathing and how you're feeling at this moment of your practice. And again, tapping into stability. What does it mean when we say, I am stable? Is it just in the physical body? Can we be also tapping into stability in our mental capacity, in our spiritual mind? Knowing that your practice today invites you to be at your most honest self. See what it means when we find ourselves chanting a mantra, I am stable, I am in balance. Let's close your practice today. Take your right hand to the heart and left hand on top of the right. Close your eyes or gaze towards the heart, bow down. Namaste. Open your eyes, release your hands, welcome yourself back to your present moment. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you in your practice today. If you missed the poses and the balances that we have done, I'm gonna post it in a short while and feel free to do it. Maybe stay there longer in some of the poses that we have done. Again, thank you so much. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Notice how it is with your body and tell us how it went. Again, my name is Rain. Thank you so much for today.